I like Tony Stark because Iron Man's one of the best heroes, and also my uncle looks like him.
I think he's first of all, I think he's I think
Tony Dark.
well, I think like there's two different kinds of like the amount of like bullshit technology involved specifically from Iron Man or like I was gonna say like any of the Marvel cinematic movies
Oh,
that they try to like make up technology, but it all stems from fucking Tony Stark
yeah.
because
I
they're all
will
like
say
armed
that
Stark Industries.
they had some of that in like the Infinity War, because like Iron Man has his new suit where he's like, oh, it's got nanotechnology, because he's like wearing plain clothes, and then he summons his suit, and it's like this tiny little nugget on his back, and then the entire suit just folds out of it, and it's like noticeably slimmer than like his normal one. But I'm like, what
Well,
the
no.
heck?
Here's
Like, you
the
gotta
biggest
go
thing.
fat or go home. You need the big chunky fatty suit, you know. Otherwise, what's the point? If
I
you don't
know.
look like a big fat fuck. That's
Also,
the whole
to me,
point
it's
of
just
Iron Man.
BS that like his suits get so ridiculously good, but then on top of that, what do you call it? It's the fact that he clearly has like, even though I haven't seen either of the Iron Man sequels, I know that at one point he has like a whole bunch of prototype suits that he like controls
Yeah.
for part of it. And it's
Oh,
stupid
fuck.
to me that it's like, why
Gonna
doesn't
blow
he
up
just
the
have
plane.
like a trained team of commando dudes that just use all those? Because like, why is he an integral part of the team when he could just outfit a team of like 500 guys in those suits and they wouldn't have any of the problems they have in that movie?
Yeah, I mean,
Like even War Machine.
Yeah, they have
His
War
suit's
Machine.
way cooler looking, by the way, because that guy's fucking guns
It's
on.
got
it.
more weapons.
It sucks by comparison because it's an older version. It's like, oh, it's got guns, so that makes it cool. It's like, yeah, but Tony's has fucking laser beams that are way better than the guns. So like,
yeah, I
the
mean,
guns are obsolete technology.
in Iron Man 3,
He has a limited supply of ammo.
in Iron Man 3, he summons a bunch of his suits because they can like work autonomously as robots, basically. And he has them like kill a bunch of dudes and come in and reinforce him.
See, I
but
haven't
it's just
seen
like I
shit.
said though, it's just dumb that
Movies
everyone
since
doesn't
they
have
came
one.
out.
Like I
can't
know
even
Captain
remember
America's
that
strong,
shit.
but why doesn't Captain America just get one of those suits? Why doesn't Black Widow and Hawkeye get one of those suits?
Because
That
their
guy's fucking
their lives
useless
don't
as
matter,
shit.
Alex,
'Cause
and they don't
Hawkeye
get
can never die.
they don't get protective gear, even though they're just like regular people fighting fucking aliens
I
and
know, but
death
it's just like,
robots and
ugh,
shit.
why doesn't Nick Fury have a suit? Like,
I
no,
can't
it's
wait
just
for
dumb.
fucking
It's
Spider-Man.
dumb that he
to die.
has that much. Apparently, has like that amount of like nanotechnology, but he just only uses it on himself. And then they're like, "Oh, we might actually lose this fight." Sorry, Tony. Too bad you just didn't make a factory to make like hundreds of those suits.
Well, Alex, the real reason
Even
is
though
that
that'd been really
superhero
useful.
movies can never really make that much sense, and each hero has to have
No,
like
but
their own
see-
identity and their own thing. And so if they all had Iron Man suits, then everyone would just be Iron Man.
But see, Dylan, that's the problem in the whole theory, though. It's like all the other superhero movies. It's like, oh, this guy's a superhero. He has superhuman abilities. He can't give them to anybody else because they're inherent to him, and that makes him above everybody else. Where Iron Man actually has like Batman too. His whole thing is that he has a secret identity, and his technology, well, not like quite realistic, is like in the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
For a lot of the stuff that he has. Like, it's not that amazing, and he still gets his ass kicked all the time. Not like Tony Stark, who could easily just outfit his whole team. Everyone knows where all the technology comes from. And apparently he just builds all that stuff himself in, like, minutes. Which is just impossible. He breaks the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe is ruined because of him.
The Los Santos connection.
So anyway, you know, I like Thor because he has a big hammer. Except then in Infinity War,
I just
he has to replace his hammer that got busted in Thor Ragnarok, and he makes an axe instead. And it just has it's more like a maul because it has a hammerhead on the other side, but it's not as cool as just having a hammer. What the heck, Thor?
Here's a question. Why isn't the handle on his hammer just longer?
like I'm looking forward to Spider-Man and the Guardians of the Galaxy dying or whatever.
Why did you get spoiled on it?
I looked it up because I don't care because it's comics, so it doesn't fucking matter what happens.
They also
Who dies?
Oh,
well, I mean, here's the thing, right?
Spider-Man
in the
and
movie-
a couple of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I mean, yeah, in the movie, like Thanos is his
Because he
whole
gets all the stones and he snaps his fingers and it kills like half the universe. And amongst them are those like X number of dudes.
yeah, because his whole thing is that like, oh, you know, there's never enough resources to go around to feed everyone, and that's why so many people like live shitty lives because they're like, there's not enough food and there's too many people and overpopulation, all this stuff. And I guess this is prevalent throughout the entire universe. So his super amazing plan, oh my god, his super amazing plan is to get all the Infinity Stones and then use their power to just erase half of the universe's population. Or actually, it was the galaxy. Or no, it was the universe, whatever.
According to what I was reading.
I'm being stupid. It's the whole universe, whatever. It doesn't matter. He does it. He gets all the stones. He snaps his fingers, and then oh no, half of everybody in the whole universe, you know, dissolves into like magic brown like bran flake dust. And they're like, no, I'm dissolving, and they go away. and then they're gone. And that happens to Spider-Man, and it happens to like most of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and it happens to freaking Dr. Magic, everyone's favorite guy.
Who the fuck is that?
Doctor Strange. Yeah, so they all turn into flying bran flakes. Except it's all fucking pointless because these are like staple characters that all have their own movies, and everybody knows that they can't permanently die, that they're just going to be revived somehow because the Infinity Stones still exist. And you know, somebody can just get the stones from Thanos and then bring everyone back to life if they want. And so that's what's going to happen in the next movie. Because Spider-Man has a movie coming up, so he's not going to stay magic floating bran flakes forever. He's coming back. They're going to glue him back together.
Which of the Guardians of the Galaxy died?
I kind of forget, but it was like most of them. I think maybe like the
It's Star-Lord.
I think he was left.
Whatever actor had the cheapest contract is probably the one who lived. Just like how it's like Game of Thrones, where they have like the one season ending where they kill like 10 main characters in like one episode. You're like, oh yeah, cutting like $10 million off the budget per episode.
But this was George R.R. Martin's original vision. He wanted to save HBO millions and millions of dollars.
Honestly, the last.
But see,
it
the
does
thing
really
I don't
bug
get
me
is why is Thanos a villain? Like that seems like a very reasonable thing.
Well, that's the thing.
What?
Like, I
just
think
don't
he's meant to
he
be.
is Thanos.
I don't know. He's a purple guy with a big old chin.
Why does his CGI look like shit? In the trailers, I think it doesn't look that good at all. Like, it just looks.
If you want to pick at
garbage
it,
to me.
Alex, why don't you
Not
go
like
see the
garbage.
fucking movie, huh?
So I just said, like, looking at those clips, for like the main guy, like bad guy, he just doesn't look that great.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, he is like twice the size of a normal person, but I kind of would have preferred it if they actually had like a guy and just put heavy makeup on, because he's, at the end of the day, he's just a purple guy with a big chin. They could have achieved that practically, you know?
Yeah, they could have even done that and then just like green screened him or whatever, or like CGI'd him into the shots if he was right next to somebody. Just make him bigger. I feel like it's way more believable to make a regular person bigger than it is to just make a person from scratch.
Well, whatever, you know, like these Marvel movies, Alex.
It doesn't even
They're
make
like
sense when you
they're
say
like
it.
50% CGI at this point, and like nobody seems to give a fuck.
They're like the Call of Duty of movies, except people haven't started to get sick of them.
Well, yeah, I think like unless like it actually goes in a negative direction and people start like the movies start suffering in quality, I don't think they're gonna stop because it's going well, you know. And as long as that's happening, Disney's gonna keep fucking throwing money at them. It'll never end.